everybody. My name is Cassie. Welcome to day 4 of Vlogmas. Working from home. I got to do some work at a coffee shop this morning, which was really nice. It's usually very crowded in the coffee shop that I go to. It's near where I live, but it was pretty quiet. I enjoyed a nice cardamom latte. And got a little bit of work done. Now I'm home and gonna run a few errands before heading back for some meetings this afternoon. And then I am debating if I want to go into the city later today for my old team is having their like holiday get together today. So I'm debating if I want to crash that or not. So TBD. It's very chilly out and it's quite nice to just be cozy at home. So we'll see if I rally. Knitting updates. I did finish my bind off of my hem. I just did like a regular knit bind off. Hopefully you guys could see that okay. It's very sunny right now with the afternoon light, but it's nice to film in the daytime instead of at night. So yeah, I finished my bind off and then I was able to like pick up for the sleeve this morning. I had a little bit of cozy time before starting work and I've got maybe like an inch done on the sleeve already. I picked up a few extra stitches than what it calls for in the pattern, which is honestly usually the case when I am doing my sleeves, just because I have a bit of a bigger like upper bicep. So I just like to have, you know, extra room, and then I'll usually do a fewer decreases just because I don't like them to be really tight. I like them to be roomy. So very happy to be on Sleeve Island for the DRK Everyday sweater. I picked up some mail earlier and my knit collage yarn arrived, so I'll show you all that later. I'll be able to kind of finish working on my sleeves for that with the band sweater. I will likely wind the yarn up today, and we'll see if I get to do any of that as well today or if I'm just going to keep that for tomorrow or this weekend. And I also need to give some love to my test knit for Rebecca Clow, which is right over here actually. This like lovely tweedy yarn. I think I showed this in my first video, but I'm doing a test knit for, the, it's called the Ariandel sweater. It's not due until the end of January, but so I have some time, but I, need to make sure that I'm prioritizing that as well. So I'll try and get a little bit of that done this weekend. It would be really nice to kind of like finish up a bit more of the yoke. I don't know if I'll make it to splitting for sleeves, but that's a nice goal to have. We'll see. I'll put it out there and maybe I'll meet that for this weekend. Oh yes, I forgot to share what I'm wearing. This is the Alma pullover by Sari Nordland. I did it in Sandnes Garn Kos or Kos. I'm not quite sure how you say that, which is their like alpaca blown yarn. This is very nice and cozy. This is another one of those patterns that I could make in like every single color. I love how it fits on me. I love like a little mock neck right here. yeah, it's very easy to like wear and style. This is one that I wear at work pretty often as well. It felt perfect for today, given how cold it is. Luna and I took a walk this morning down to the river near me. It's not like a pretty river, but I live on the other side of like Newark, so she dragged me in that direction today. Hi, Mama. She heard her name, so now she just came to visit. But yeah, it was really, really chilly. Like when we get closer to the water, it's just like a little bit windier. So it was very good to have like this sweater under my puffer with my nice hat to keep me nice and warm. So yeah, that's about it for today so far. If I have time to jump in later to give any more updates, I certainly will do that. But yeah, I'm just gonna ease into my afternoon, have some lunch, finish some meetings, run an errand, take Luna for another walk, and see if I rally for my holiday party again tonight. But thanks for joining me, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye. everybody. Thanks for joining me. My name is Cassie. I am a knitter based out of northern New Jersey. This is day 6 of Vlogmas, but was out and about today. I went to a town about 20 minutes from me. One of my friends had let me know that their library was hosting like a yarn and fiber like meetup group. So I went there for a little bit, met a few folks there. They have it every first Saturday of the month. So after that, I went to go have a nice visit with one of my girlfriends and saw her husband and her adorable little one, and got to see him for a little bit before nap time. Yeah, and we just hung out together and had some lunch. And then after that, I went over to my parents' place, and my mom and I were just kind of running around doing a few like holiday things. And then we went to the grocery store to pick up ingredients because tomorrow we are going to do some cookie baking. I have a holiday cookie exchange at work this week on Tuesday. So tomorrow we're gonna bake a few different types of cookies. So yeah, it was a good day. It was just, I'm finally back home, settling in for a little bit. Gonna have some leftover dinner and catch up on some Vlogmas and some other knitting podcasts and have a nice evening in. Enjoy a nice cup of tea, some cuddles with Luna since I haven't seen her for most of today. It'll be a nice evening, a nice relaxing evening. What I am wearing. This is the Avenue Pullover by Tori Yu, which releases today, December 6th. Really great pattern, honestly. I think Tori does a really good job of with her patterns. They're super clear. They're just really great like wardrobe staples to have. She has a crew neck version and a V-neck version. I tested the size 6 V-neck version, and I used Explorer Knits and Fibers Denali sock in the colorway Smog, which is one of their like leave no trace colorways. And I held it with one strand of Knitting for Olive Merino in the color Pearl Gray. It's a DK weight sweater. I'll show you guys the colors. I know I'm filming this in the evening, so it's a little bit dark, but hopefully you can see some of the color there. It's got like nice grays, purples, a little bit of greens. Then the V-neck here, and then this really neat shoulder construction. If I'm being honest, I'm not quite sure what this type of shoulder is called. I thought it was saddle shoulder. It might be contiguous. If you guys know, please let me know. I haven't done this kind of construction before, but it fits quite nicely. I did not do all of the decreases on the sleeves. Again, I have all of my notes captured in my Ravelry page, but I don't really like when my sleeves are very tight to my arm, so I usually have them be a little bigger. These feel really good. I really enjoy the fit of it. I've gotten lots of compliments on it already, so nice addition to the wardrobe that will get tons of wear. I have a few updates on some of my whips that I'll share with everyone. I think I shared before that I did finish the hem of my DRK everyday sweater, and I've made a little bit of progress on one of my sleeves. This color is really pretty. So yeah, I just did a regular bind off for the hem, super, super stretchy. And then I've done only like 2 inches on the sleeve, but it feels nice to be working on the sleeves now. All right, and the next update I wanted to share is a test knit that I'm doing for Rebecca Clow, the Crayabea. This is the Ariandel pullover. This, I am working my way through the yoke and the 1x1 cables here in a nice tweedy yarn from Farmer's Daughter Fibers. They're craggy tweed. Really love this as well. I've got lots of like brown on the needles right now, but this is, I think, a really, really good color. I've knit this up in just about a week, and I've got, I think, one more section of the cables to do before I can split for sleeves, and then start working on the body. This is in DK weight yarn as well. Yeah, and it's been very, very easy to follow. It's been nice. I have looked at videos on how to do the cables without a cable needle. And since it's just a 1x1, it's super easy to do that. And that definitely makes like the progress faster without having to kind of like deal with, you know, putting the cable needle into the stitch, moving it into the front or to the back, and then working it, especially because it's just a 1x1 cable. So yeah, I'm learning something new with this sweater because I've never done that before. I haven't done many cable garments. The only other cable garment I've done was actually another test knit for Rebecca, which was the Lauder vest. So this is my next entry into cables. Definitely not as intimidating as I have built it up to be in my head. So chugging along on this. Yeah, I think this is going to be what I'm going to work on this evening. Get through some more of the 1x1 cable while I catch up with a few of the podcasts I enjoy. I'm always looking for new podcasts, so I'll probably do like a little search to see if there's anything new out there that might catch my eye. I subscribe to quite a bit, but I don't necessarily catch up with all of them. So I think that's about it for tonight. I wound up some yarn. I got my knit collage yarn, so I wound that up so I can work on that a little bit. I don't know when I'm going to work on that. I keep saying, oh, I'll work on it tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes and I don't work on it. But I'll get to it. Again, that's like knit on size 17 needles, so I'm not too concerned about, you know, not finishing that within the knit along time frame. And then I wound up a skein of yarn for a hat that I'm going to make my nephew. I had him pick out what color skein he wanted. I brought like a few options over and let him pick which one he liked. And he picked this really pretty green Miss Babs yarn that's, I think it's a merino wool and a silk, so very, very soft and a really nice hunterish green. So I will be sure to show you all that once I cast that on. Hopefully that's a quick one because I think I'm going to do a DK weight pattern, and he's like not quite 2, he'll be 2 in February, so not a crazy big head. So it'll be a quick knit for sure. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate the support so much as I'm, you know, still very new to this and trying to figure out my flow. And yeah, that's all I've got. I hope you all have a really great day, afternoon, evening, whenever you're joining me. And I will talk to you soon. Have a great one. Bye.